I have the one and only homie Krunk, as I call my brother from another fucking mother. And yeah, bro, welcome. I just want to say welcome.
Thank you.
Fuck is up,
First
bro.
episode, this place looks amazing.
Yes,
Love the
congratulations. I'm so...
Love the vibe.
Yeah, I know why I'm saying congratulations to you, but congratulations again for the first guest. You know what I mean?
First guest, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you giving the time to us, man. And
All good.
yeah, I just want to shoot the shit with you, bro. And, you know, hopefully give viewers and people insight a little bit more about you and your background and just music. I want to get into your head a little bit about fucking music.
Let's do it.
And dude, they need to know some fucked up stories.
Oh, okay.
Because we got some dope ass.
We got a few stories. I'll try and remember. But yeah.
But yeah, let's just kick it off, bro. For those who don't know, you know, like, how did you start DJing, and you know, why did you want to become a DJ / producer, I should say?
Yeah, I think because in school I tried a whole bunch of stuff. So I was like playing soccer, played football, did taekwondo, did basketball, all that stuff. So
do you remember any of that shit though?
Yeah.
Like, can you
No, I used to
do some shit?
I remember going every Saturday morning. I'd drag my parents out and just, you know, play games and shit like that, and that was cool. But I just never like stuck to any of them, and I was never really a good student at school. And I don't know, man. It was just like I heard a mix from Krunk, like, you know those ringtones. We all used to have those ringtones.
We were sad about this today.
And it was like a 15-second ringtone.
Yeah,
mix
the
of,
poly ringtones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was just after that, so it was like when you could actually upload MP3s and shit.
Oh yeah, to your phone. Like you
Yeah.
could only have a couple. Yeah.
And there was a Krunk, the jump off intro as a ringtone that was going around school, and I heard that and I was just like, holy shit! You can mix songs like this. You can be like, I was always like a creative kid, but I never thought you could apply it to music. And when I heard that mix, it was just like, holy shit, this is what I want to do. So did some lessons, met up with Krunk, and we became, you know, best mates. And through school, I just pretty much focused on mixes instead of my homework.
Yeah.
And that just became the passion.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
insane.
You know, just got more into it.
So you really love the mixing side of it, so that's where the mixing started. So what kind of urged you to go to the live? Like, you know, that transition from doing mixtapes to then actually performing. Like, I assume the Underage would have been one of your first performances.
The mixing came with, I guess it is DJing. So it's one thing to learn how to DJ, and it's like another thing to make a mix and then put out that mix. And we went after school and we went to the shops. We were just handing out mixtapes to everyone. Yeah. So we were like, that was the hustle. And that was
so true, man.
That was the hustle of that. And then practicing every night after school, just scratching in my room for like 5 hours and just juggling beats and just pretty much soaking in everything there was to know about DJing. And yeah, we just stuck to it. Yeah,
and I want you to talk a little bit about, because your background was it was hip hop. You were a hip hop DJ, and you had a lot of that influence. Obviously, your name Krunk. People do not know where you got Krunk from.
Again, that was
where did you get Krunk from?
So this all happened when I was about 15. It was literally with some mates during lunch, and we just like, what name should I pick as a DJ? And then that was it. That was just one of my mates just said, "What about Krunk?" But I wish I had a better story.
Yeah, no, but that's killer though. It's so simple though.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, that sounds cool. And then we just rolled with that, and then
Krunkalicious.
Yeah, to this day, what's it been, like 12 years? Something like that.
Yeah, and that's an awesome thing I want to talk to you about, bro, as well, because like you really started from that mixtape era, and it wasn't mixtape, you know, like mixtape live stream your mixtape. Do you know what I mean? You know, and it wasn't anything to do with that Apple Music, Spotify. Like you really were from that ground.
This is all free.
Yeah.
Give out mixtapes.
Yeah, that's right. Like burn the CDs.
The only thing that was popping was like MySpace.
Yes.
So you could put your mixes on MySpace and stuff like that. But
do you remember your 3 top friends?
Oh, probably.
Remember we went to those 3 top friends in MySpace?
3 top friends or top 10 or some shit. But that's all we had. So it was like, that was the online thing. And then aside from that, it was just us going to like Run the Wall, TDP, Marion, and just handing out CDs, just going to every single store and just going, would you like to play this in your store? I've got a whole mix here, you can play it. And just handing it out to random people, like just older people too. We just,
man.
Like, we just didn't care. We
the
just kept
Taro
going.
Cash, the YDs, like go there.
And so that was just, that was just my way of promoting. That was our whole way of promoting. And then MySpace was obviously a big deal as well. So that was another, platform to promote your music. But the main thing was just going out to shops and just putting out CDs, word of mouth. Yeah.
It was that real grind, like real get down and just, I remember going to the city with you, man, and just handing them out to all the stores. And then, but that eventually got us and, got you the underage gigs. And because what was one of your first gigs? Was you started doing parties?
I did a 16th birthday, one of my mates' 16th. This is when we were all turning 16. So it was just a bunch of, teenagers, 30 people max, just playing R&B tracks and just having drinks and not really, it wasn't anything, crazy, but it was like a stepping stone. And then the next show was, the next step was an underage show at, what was it? The Night Train?
Yes.
Remember that?
Holy shit, yeah. Yes.
And that was my first...
That was with Krunk.
That was with Krunk.
Yes, that was with Krunk, yeah.
So Chronic, all those guys.
Fuck, the Night Train, man.
And that was my first gig in a club. The stage was higher, the lights were on you. I had no fucking idea what was going on because everything was so different to like a party setup. And then like the sound system was crazy too. So you're hearing this on a better system. And I was thinking like, no wonder these guys are into this shit. This is the best. This is crazy.
The lights, the lasers.
And then were you emceeing at that time?
I remember coming to that night. I don't know if I emceed at the night, but I emceed at a couple parties with you prior to that. And then I think it was just after that when Kron launched his other underage, that's when I started doing it with Hayden.
Actually, no, you would have been emceeing around that time because we met at a party.
Yeah.
At a formal after party.
Yeah, at my formal after party. Yeah, I gate crashed it, so I dropped out. and then I kind of came to the party because it was all the cousins. It was your cousins' security guards, Yanni, all the cousins were the security guards. Because Stamart organised all of that. Yeah. He organised kind of the party with people. Yeah. And then I will never forget this day. You played the next episode. Yeah, and I remember just seeing the mic there. I grabbed it and I just started like spitting some shit, and we were just, and I was kind of like, "Can I stay here?" And,
because it wasn't
it was just some fun.
It was just that's all it was, and that's all I kind of want it to be. It's like I don't like this whole formal essence to this kind of to the live shows. I don't know. I like having fun. I'd rather have people on stage being in the party than having to be like, no, you got to back off, clear the DJ. Like, I can't stand that shit. I'd rather everyone just come up and just have a good night. But I guess with security, there's got to be issues with people who like go too far or knock shit over or whatever. So
there's definitely got to be a balance. And man, we've got so much to talk about. Like, I like because you've been through like so many eras now. Like the industry is not what it was when you first came into it. Even from going to the mixtape stages to then, like...
Well, we did the underages.
Yeah. And then we went to that next, like everyone knows where it kicked off with Starbar. Shout out Wells. One of the best hip-hop
I was still in school at that time. And I remember like being in school and then that weekend having to play at Starbar. And I was underage, so I had to hide behind the curtain when the cops came in. And it was an epic experience. Like,
cheers, Wells.
Yeah, shout out to Wells, because there's what 17-year-old can have a residency in a nightclub.
Yeah.
So it was like, go to school, do your thing, weekend, go to this club, and you're with 18 plus people. There's 25-year-olds, and you're just thinking like, what is this kind of thing? And it was just, we did that for a few years. That was cool. Bro. Yeah.
It was popping, bro. That was so good. Now I'm like reminiscing in my head, and I'm just getting caught up. But dude, What's one of the wildest times at Starbar? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know I've seen you get your ass carried out of that place.
Yeah.
When you were older, though, Pip, when he turned 18, it happened, okay?
No, we had a few drinks when I was 17, but I think once I turned 18, that was, we were all a bit older, we could handle our drinks a bit more. Well, some of us could.
Alizé.
Yeah, and that was it every Saturday night. Get you guys in. You're on the list.
That was a mission, yeah.
Get there at 10 when no one's there yet. Have a few drinks, and just that was what 2-3 years.
Yeah, dude, we did that 2-3 years straight. I remember finding Stamot one day, like passed out at St. Paul's Church. Yeah. And I was like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And like, but that's just what happened. And the thing is, like, this music shit never came from like a prissy, glammed up. It was always rebellious. Like, it always come from that. We just love the music and had a shitload of fun.
We're at the age where it's like, what do you do with your life? We're at school. School's finishing. You left early, but you were still working.
Yeah.
And so I was working at Matani. So this is like a family business, just stocking like peas and corn and shit in freezers and stuff. So I didn't really want to do that and continue doing that. I know I would have worked my way up, but yeah, this music stuff just...
Yeah, I want to ask you that. Like, how did that feel? Because, you come from a Greek and a Macedonian background where, was it hard for your parents to kind of accept that you wanted to take this producing, like DJs, producing route? Considering that you do have a family business and it's just in our culture, it is one of those things that, Leah, you should...
You keep going. You carry it forward.
Yeah, you carry the name, and
it's like my grandfather came here with hardly any money in his pocket, built this business, started a family, and it was a successful business. And when I was 16, 17, I was working there from 13, but up until about 17 is when I really had to make the decision, is like, do I want to stay here, continue on this path, or just go out on my own, become my own boss, and just do the whole DJing, producing thing? And that was a tough decision. I was like, I had to think about it, but I just went with my gut, and it was just the best thing I've ever done.
Bro, and you fucking hit #1s around the world, and and this is the thing as well. You've come from
getting a bit emotional.
You've come from hip hop and like DJing and doing the mixes and all of that, and then you've transitioned to like. It was 18, right? You were 18, around about 18 when you wanted to go producing. So
this
like
is the thing that helped
the
me
transition.
Make the
yeah.
Sorry, but
no, go.
This is the thing that helped me make the decision. So it's like, one, I felt like out of respect for the business, it'd be better to, if I wasn't 100% in, it's like out of respect for the business, there could be someone that's better that could do that role.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to do justice to this like position.
If you're passionate, if you're not passionate.
Yeah, my heart wasn't in it. So it's like, out of respect, that was another reason that helped me. It's like, well, someone else can do this much better than I can and take this business to a better place. So it's like, I'm going to focus on the music, at least try it for a few years. And then I can go back if I really needed to. But I remember there was a DJ competition that Hayden Patterson ran in
Party Boy.
Where was it? Light Square or something?
Yeah, that's right. What was that?
Ages ago.
Colonel Light or whatever.
Yeah, and he ran a DJ competition, and the prize was to win a residency. And this was when I just turned 18, and there was about 15, 20 other DJs there. We're all like doing our 15, 20-minute set, whatever it was. And I didn't even care about the residency. I just wanted to prove if I could do it. And I'm driving home. I didn't even stay there. I played my set, went straight back home. And on the way home, Hayden called me. He goes, you won the residency, you won the competition. And it's like the first time I've ever actually won a competition. So it's like, to me, I was like, fuck the residency, I've just won something. For like the first time, I've never been the best at anything. It's like, this is the first time I've actually won something. And so from there, that helped me make the decision as well. It's like, all right, maybe I can actually be good at this and make a living off this.
Yeah, it gives you that reassurance, that confidence.
Yeah,
that's insane, man. Oh, dude, and then from there's so much to talk about, Chris, because
and then the Gold Coast.
Oh yeah, and then Starks as well, Tommy.
So it was around that time when I was 18, my first gig as an 18-year-old was an interstate show in the Gold Coast. I don't know if you remember me telling you this, but yeah, Matt called me up and he goes, "Hey man, someone's pulled out of Sin City. Can you play this Sunday?" And I'm like, so I just won this competition. I get this other phone call from Matt, and I'm like, okay, this is all happening kind of thing. So this is Thursday night. That Sunday, I flew to the Gold Coast and played my first interstate show at Sin City. And that was like...
Because that's when Sin City and Bedroom were popping, right? They were the two biggest clubs in the Gold Coast and the Strip at that time.
And we went a year before that for schoolies.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Which we didn't really get into. Oh, we've done a few.
Yeah, but that was a cool beach party.
Oh, man.
That was a wicked beach party. Yeah,
that was insane.
Remember I threw all up
in
Kevin's hotel room?
You got hammered.
That was bad. Before the party.
We got hammered in the room. I remember we got hammered in the room. We went down the lobby. We seen some random girls.
Yes.
We went back up to their room.
Yeah, in the same hotel. That was the same hotel. Yes, yeah.
Back up to their room. We're like, this is amazing. Right? We're like, yeah, we're in. Right?
Yeah, I fucked it up though.
And then I don't know what they were doing. They were on the balcony having drinks or something. And I can't remember what I was doing, but you started throwing up.
Yeah, dude, remember they offered us that green Midori. All I remember is I had Midori, and dude, it wasn't good. Like you were talking to some girls, and we were happy as, like being that young and like how, and then I was in their toilet, man. And they were pretty like. Yeah, it wasn't a good moment.
They were like,
yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna fuck with these guys. So we just bounced around to the beach. Remember?
Yeah, dude. Do you remember that as well? I busted my foot on the beach. You couldn't find me. Well, you couldn't find me.
I don't think we ever had a night like that where we got that hammered. That even though you chucked, we just kept going.
Yeah, we did.
17, 18 years old. We were 17, I think. You were 18, I think.
Yeah, I turned 18. Yeah.
And. Yeah, that was like, I don't know what it was. It kind of felt like we're on something else because we were just running through that beach.
Yeah, man.
Like it was the first time we ever had alcohol.
It's that Gold Coast vibe as well.
Yeah,
Schoolies on the Gold Coast it's just something, it was just something else, man. And then, you got to go from performing at Schoolies, bro. When we performed at Victor Harbour at Schoolies, we did that a few times. That was wild with like Dylan Manoff and
that was crazy.
And Dom and like even his brother Pergs and Nick and Trim.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. It's wild.
That's cool,
yeah, no worries, brother.
Cheers. Ledge.
So just want to touch back onto the Gold Coast, Chris, because you did actually become a resident there as well. At one point.
Yeah, so the schoolies thing that we did, like we went to for our schoolies, it was the year after that I played the first show on the Sunday night in Sin City, and that was like going into Vegas. I was introduced to a whole new world of shit.
Yeah, because Malx was there at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah. Malcolm, Krunk was there, and Matt Downey, and that was like, hold on, this club's like this. This is just next level. Like, you know what it's like.
Yeah, I remember.
And and they treat you like a king. Like, he's this 18-year-old skinny kid just walking into like this nightclub, which is like a Vegas club, and they're giving you drinks. They're like giving you boots. They're putting the light on you. Like it's like you're introduced to this whole new level of like performing and just a whole new scene of music. And I mean, it was still like a top 40 club, but it was just the coolest thing at that age.
That's when you grew. You really feel like that's where your love grew for it. Like because how do you feel as well? Like you had to be heaps nervous.
For that show, I was, yeah. But then, their whole thing is you walk in, it doesn't matter how nervous you are, the boss is going to like pull you aside at the bar and just pour you shots of Cafe Patron. 3 of those puppies and I was ready to go.
The nerves are rolled out.
Yeah, I didn't care. So that was good. 3-hour set. Amazing money. And then the week I went back home after like the next day or whatever it was. The week after, Matt calls me again. He goes, "Do you want to play this weekend?" I was like, all right, if you guys fly me up, I'll do it. So they flew me up, same deal, 3-hour set. I think it was like $400 or something like that for the 3 hours. And
that was a different thing as well. I remember around that time, like no one was doing 3-hour sets, especially in Adelaide. Like when we were doing sets, it was either an hour or if we did a party, it was even parties, man. We didn't, do
a few hours here and there sometimes, but
yeah,
it was just, excuse me, it was a next level experience. And flew back up there, did that same kind of show. And then we had the conversation of him managing me and having a residency in the Gold Coast. And so I was still living in Adelaide. And so every 2 weeks, I would fly up to the Gold Coast, do 3 nights in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 hours each night, get hammered every night, and come back home on Monday and just work for the family. And then go back and do the same thing on next week. And so it just became like this routine of, I was just flying interstate as a resident DJ, and it was just, it all happened so quickly, but it was awesome, man. It was good fun.
Yeah, it's sick. And I guess like that's really at that time where you grew more of a bond with Matt and Kron, and they kind of really started shaping you into more of being an artist.
Yeah.
Because around about, what would have been a year after that, you dropped your first single.
Yeah, so
your EP it wasn't even that. You were it was probably young. You were young when you dropped it.
I was DJing. No, it was that year. So I was 18 playing Sin City and Vanity. And I remember once I had to fly up there just to do a photo shoot for like one photo shoot on a Wednesday afternoon or something. Was there for 3 hours and I had to fly straight back to Adelaide for another show the next day. And so that's how serious these guys were. It's like, but in Adelaide, that's such a big deal to do that. Yeah. So I think I took it really seriously, and that's when, especially my parents, they wanted me to do some sort of studying, because they're like, you got to do something. You can't just DJ in the Gold Coast every 2 weeks, and that's, your thing.
Yeah.
And so I did a music course, SAE Institute in Adelaide, and that's where I basically learnt my production. And that was, it was like 4 to 6 months, that course. And our final project was to put out a song, your own original song. And that became Love for the Dance Floor. And that song paid off the course, which is kind of cool. So that was a good start. And then, I just took it really, really serious. And then from there, since then, it's just been like 100%. This is exactly what I want to do.
See, this is the thing that I love, bro, and this is why I wanted to do this platform so much, because like there are younger producers that will watch this and listen. You merely you did it because you were passionate about it. It was hard. You had to stick at the course and do SE. The fact is that your first song that you created within a course, you got to that point where you released it and you put it out, and it paid back for what you learned, and to keep continuing to learn. So the lesson that it just I love to hear from is that you just went and did it. Do you know what I mean? It's sometimes you can procrastinate the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And we do procrastinate a lot about putting out music, but man, even I forgot that, that was your first track, because there's been so many after.
Yeah. That's where it started.
And I just got to touch here. So what made you switch to the EDM? Is it within making the course? Because
it was both. It was like, even when I was doing house parties at 16, 17, I was still playing R&B, but then there was still those tracks of like Kid Cudi, Day and Night, Steve Aoki remix, Pursuit of Happiness, all that stuff, Heads Will Roll, all those like anthems.
Yeah.
And they were just like, even if you're an R&B DJ, you still wanted to play those tracks because those were just so hype and the crowd would just love it. And so from that came like the Steve Aoki Bloody Beetroots and the Warp and all those bigger tracks. And then like when Oz came out, was around that time, it was, I think,
Steve Aoki,
David Guetta was massive.
Oh, bro, yeah, what a Sexy Bitch was huge at that time. And then I want to say LMFAO, but LMFAO was kind of just after.
Yeah, that was a bit after.
Just a bit after that period. But yeah, you're so right, man.
That was a big explosion of that, like 128 BPM dance tracks crossing over to like the R&B, you know, R&B rappers and stuff would be jumping on those tracks. So I guess that kind of helped, is that like the hip hop guys were fucking with the dance music, and I liked both because I still grew up with a Wild CD that my mum bought ages ago, and that was like Sandstorm, Zombie Nation, Children, you know, just all those classics. And so I still loved dance music. I just started with hip hop and just, yeah, I guess once those tracks came out, it was like, all right, I guess we'll play this as well. And then I kind of noticed myself wanting to play more of those tracks and less of the slower stuff.
Yeah.
Because the energy was so sick. So I think it was just, yeah, like a 2-year period where I was just transitioning
into that.
And then that's when I was like, I actually want to make dance music because I love the energy. I love I don't know, I still
feel you brought a hip hop flavor to it though. You know what I mean? Like that, you know, I hear it, but I guess because I know you so well. But the insane thing though that I still feel is that it's not like just because you went more EDM route, you still have done so many other things that are universal, you know, in the sense of like Pella Grossa, and, you know, you've made other songs.
Yeah.
That, like, you created your own fucking anthems, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, Hey Ho is 3%. I'm just naming off, like, some of my favourite tracks.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, dude, it's definitely 3%. Definitely Hey Ho. You and Matt Watkins' song.
Are We Fresh? Yeah.
Are We Fresh? Yeah. Fucking insane. And Dazuya.
Yeah.
Dazuya still to this day, bro. Shout out Nick Ace, the spaceman. That motherfucker. I tell you what, he would drop that 3 o'clock HQ. Motherfucker still go crazy.
Lad.
That's the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks, man.
But yeah, so I gotta get into it because your idols became your friends. You know, please tell them the story about Chucky.
Well, funny
because Chucky was our god, bro, at that time. He was like
every single day. Well, I mean, I only did this course 2 days a week, but every single day I remember having the Integra and driving around, right, and driving to the course to study music, and every single time there and back I'd be listening to Afrojack, Chucky, who else, Avicii, all those guys, and I don't know what it was, I was just obsessed with Chucky, like his music, and I don't know what it was, but like that whatever he was doing was like, that's what I want to do. And I specifically remember asking my teacher, I'd show him like tracks from Chucky on, like, I'd just get my USB and go, can you tell me what that sound is? And he'd be like, oh no, that's a sawtooth, that's a this, that's a that. You want to add a square wave to that. And it was, so I was, instead of learning the basic stuff from school, I was just getting straight to how do you make that? How do you make that sound? Like, how do you do all that kind of shit?
Yeah, the sweeps.
And so I just cut straight to what is this? What is that? How do I make that? Rather than learn some of the like more traditional stuff that you would learn, I just wanted to like go straight to
what you were passionate about.
What is this?
Yeah, made you tick, yeah.
Because they weren't teaching that. They weren't teaching you this is how you make Dutch drops, or this is how you make bounce leads and stuff like that.
Yeah, they just generalize. They teach you the generalized. Yeah,
and nothing. You know, I'm not knocking it, but it's like, this is what I came to learn, right? So this is what I stayed back and asked him every single time. It's just like, so this guy, his name's Chucky, and he made this, and like, how did he make that part there, like that sound right there? And he would show me, and he'd get it, and he'd create it from scratch, and it wouldn't be the exact same, but it'd be like, oh shit, this is actually really similar. And so fast forward to, when was it, 2016, 2017 maybe? 2016 or 15?
Yeah, about 16.
Something like that. Even before that actually. Chucky held a remix competition.
Yes, you did the remix pack, yeah.
Yeah. And I won the remix competition. And so...
At like a competition with everyone in the world.
Yeah. It was
like, it wasn't just Australia, everyone in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And you won the competition.
Yeah.
And Chucky picked it.
Yeah.
He picked it.
Yeah. And so this is a remix for Chucky's track with Wiz Khalifa. and Too Short and a few other guys. And my manager goes, you should do this remix. You love Chucky, you know, obviously you love Wiz Khalifa and all these guys, and it'd be a good opportunity to just make a remix. Even if nothing happens from it, at least you've just got a remix out that you can just promote. And so I think it only took 4 or 5 days, and I just smashed it out. We didn't hear back for 2 weeks. And then I think it was like 2 a.m, my manager called and he's like, dude, you won the remix competition for Chucky. And bro, I can't tell you how much, like how excited I was to hear that, because it's like, this is my idol, and this dude has accepted my remix as the one. And then fast forward to a year later, he was playing at Future Music in Adelaide. We got in backstage somehow, and I introduced myself to him. I said, hey man, I'm the guy who won the remix competition, just full fanning out. And he was like, dude, come backstage with us and have some drinks. So we went backstage, Deadmau5 was there, Carnage, Nervo, Data Life, Martin Garrix as well. And we just had a massive piss up. It was just drinks backstage. We all watched Deadmau5's set, and it was one of the best nights of my life. We all went to HQ after. It was an epic. It was a Monday too, by the way. So this is
when Adelaide was motherfucking pop.
It was an insane time, and since then we kept in contact. And me and Chronic went to Miami actually the year after. Saw Chucky there, and he just presented the idea of doing a track. And then we ended up doing a track with Chucky, which is Vamonos, and that's just how that came about. And that was, it's just funny how things happen.
Incredible.
And we're on the other side of the world and this is happening. So I do encourage like younger artists, obviously not right now because it's pretty hard to travel, but if you can, travel as much as you can, because like the amount of times I've met other artists on the other side of the world and made connections from that.
And opportunities.
It's insane.
Open up the opportunities.
And not saying you will every time, but at least you're putting yourself in that opportunity to like do that.
Yeah, that position.
It's definitely worth it.
Dude, there's so much. There's just too much. So like, dude, from that Vamonos stage,
that was after Hey Ho and stuff though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was, because that's when you and Con, you made Hey Ho 3%.
Yeah.
You know, you were doing remixes here and there.
Yeah.
And so you obviously established your own label as well at that point. But you know, I'd really want to dive into this a little bit, because I think it's really important, like, on what you feel, because you know, a lot of people search to go for a bigger label. Other people are just solely, I'm independent.
Yeah.
What is your kind of generalized take on, you know, being signed to a label, or you know, doing the independent route? Like, how do you feel from a producer standpoint? You know, I've got a different view because I'm more of like, I'm an artist.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the sense of like,
you've put out a whole bunch of shit, like
I've done
a bunch of shit by yourself.
Yeah, that's right. I personally felt that way was better for me, and because of my inconsistency, I guess. But yeah, for you, how do you feel? Your take on that side of things, on labels and you know?
I think labels are good. It's a good opportunity to have a team of people who know what they're doing, release your tracks. You just got to keep in mind what deal you've got with this label and what they're actually going to do for you, because from past experience, we've put out tracks with labels and they take 60% of the track or 70%, and they don't do anything with the track. They're just putting it out on iTunes and Spotify and Beatport. Yeah. And they're not actually, like, you're like, hold on, I've done this, say, 10 times, right? It's like 10 times now, it's like, these labels have done this to me. Nothing bad, but it's like, they're not actually doing anything to get the 60% or 70% that they're taking. Yeah. So you work, say, I'd be working maybe a year on a track, and then some random guy gets to just take 70% of that because he signed the song. But you got to weigh up if the label is actually serving you and serving the track, and what they're going to do for the track. And you got to also think about, like, you know, if you're not a big artist, all right, they might have a bigger platform, so they can, all you need is people to hear the track.
Yeah.
So if they've got a big following, then that's a good opportunity.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
if you've
For
got
more ears to listen to it,
course,
instead
yeah.
of just putting it out and you know you only try to push it and it'll get to 1,000. If they put it on that platform that has 100,000, you got more of a chance, even 10% of that to reach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, but if you've established yourself and you've got a pretty good fan base, then I'd say it's not a bad idea to distribute yourself and just put out songs yourself, because you keep 100%. You've got complete creative control, and it's just good to own your music.
Yeah.
You know, you spend so long on your songs. It's like, why not own 100%?
Yeah. And with that, people need to understand as well, but you know, when you do that, you take on all the responsibility being the label, you know what I mean? You got to do all your artwork, all your videos, you do, you know, you essentially need to create your own mini team to help you put it out, because it does take a team, you know, like these other labels have established teams and things like that.
You can do it yourself though.
100%.
It's like SoundCloud. It takes a little bit longer, but pretty much you go to a site, you upload the track, you put the title in, and that's basically it. That's really it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's a bad thing to even get comfortable doing, because I think it's good and it's important for producers to not rely on so many other people to do that stuff and actually learn how to do it themselves, because then they know what goes into it and how much things are worth and how long things should take as well. It's like artwork can take a week to get sorted, but then with the label, who knows how long it's going to take, and then they've got their creative control over that as well. They go, no, we don't like that design, we want you to do more of this look, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's good for producers to at least try putting shit out themselves and just wearing as many hats as possible, from writing the song, producing it, getting the artwork sorted, to distributing and promoting. That's like, it's fun. I love doing it.
Yeah, I feel you, bro, because you get a feel for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I gotta say this too, because there's been other people that I've spoken to, other artists, producers that, man, they're actually creating stuff that doesn't have an actual market or a commercial market, and they're scared. Like, I know there's people that are scared. They're kind of like, where does it fit? Or there's so many times where I've heard stories, even in interviews that I've watched, that, you know, they're kind of like, this sound, it's not, they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And then they get shelved, and, you know, by things like that. So I think what you're saying is great, like to have your own confidence, and if you believe in something, there are so many platforms now in 2020, and it's all online. You know, when you were getting signed to labels, man, it was a lot harder to be signed to labels to even have that connection.
Yeah.
You know, like you needed to know an A&R, or, you know, and use someone at Ministry of Sound or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we need to fucking fast forward, because, you know, from Chucky, like, you need to tell us some stories about traveling, you know, like traveling the world, meeting up with Dioro, another one of your, you know, like, it buzzes me out, you know, some of the stories that I've heard about Dioro, and, you know, because, man, I guess you would have, his music, we idolize him so much.
Yeah, and then Dioro was always the day one inspiration.
Yeah, like
Chucky was as well.
You know, when you meet him though, like,
oh man,
he's just a regular dude.
It was easy. Yeah, it was easy for me when I met him, because we were at an after party in Brisbane, Stereosonic or Future Music after party, and this was, I can't remember what year it was exactly, but we were both shit faced, and he was playing a set with Steve Aoki at this club. And Joel Fletcher was there as well. And I remember Dioro playing my remix of Firefly for the first time. Like, I never heard anyone else play it, because it's just a remix I did for fun, and it wasn't a big deal. And then to hear this guy who's from LA, and it's Dioro, I'm going to take a piss, and I'm hearing this track come in. I'm like, oh, that's my remix. So I ran out on stage with Steve Aoki and Dioro, and Fletcher was there. I didn't think they knew who I was. And it was kind of like, I just jumped up on stage with them, and I was just like, holy shit, this is crazy, right? And they were like, who's this guy, kind of thing. And then after I told Dior, I'm like, thanks for playing my track, and then he was like, oh no shit, yeah, that makes sense. So we met that night, and that was just super fun. So fast forward to when did we meet? Miami. I went to Miami. So I've been in Miami about 3 or 4 times now, and I think it was the second or third time I went was when I seen Dior at the airport. And he was casually just like, he was like, hey man, why don't we just get in the studio and just work on something? And I was like, holy shit, like this guy wants to actually work on something. So that didn't happen because he was so busy in Miami that week. But I went back to Adelaide, and it was that year was when I started something, and then that became I Like This Effing Song. He sent me the idea, he loved it. He's like, come out to LA, we'll finish the track, work on it together. And yeah, it was sick. Had a whole bunch of Mexican food. Just stayed at his place for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And he just, yeah.
And dude, I just need to say it like this, you don't need a big ass studio to make amazing music.
We made it in his kitchen. Like, yeah. This is Dior.
Right next to cooking the eggs.
Honestly, like his girlfriend was literally cooking food while we were just on, we didn't have a sound system. It was just the MacBook speakers on the laptop. And we were just going off that. And we just didn't care. Like that's what I like about Dior, and that's what I like about people who don't take things too, like, it's not supposed to be formal, it's not supposed to be serious, it's supposed to be like, it's just supposed to be a vibe, regardless. Yeah. You got a shit studio, who cares? At least if there's a vibe, that's a good thing. That's more important than having a flashy, like, studio or having the best equipment, because it's like, the music itself is made from a vibe, right? Yeah. You have an idea, you have, you know, a chemistry with someone, and that's more important than having a perfectly set, no, this sound has to be, you know, like that, and this speaker needs to be that because that doesn't distort. It's like,
too much technical kind of kills the creativity.
Yeah, we just didn't care, and I love that atmosphere of just, let's just eat and make music.
Yeah.
And it was the best.
And so how's that, how's the process between, you know, working with international artists, you know, going with that back and forth from features essentially, then, you know, and, you know, because I assume it would take a little bit more time. Yeah. You know, someone being, sure, you know, a lot busier and, you know, like just fitting in each other's schedules. Yeah. So, you know, the way, like, how do you structure your week essentially? You know, planning music. You know, because do you lose creativity in your songs? Yeah. You know, like I felt like, you know, everyone will have writer's block, and, you know, we have our own personal shit that would get in the way. So when it comes to getting to that point of, you know, being an established producer, and then, you know, do you got to kind of play it at some point of a strategic route? Or is it just by more of structuring yourself so you are productive? Like, can you give anyone
my thing is even going back to the Dior thing, it's like, if it's just, don't try and think about making everything perfect and make everything so like, yep, this has to be like that, and it's just like, if you're inspired or if you feel creative, do it, right? Get it done. Just get it out, sing on your phone, play it on the piano, whatever you have to do. And my whole thing is just, if I'm not feeling a track, or if it's like, say, Tuesday, I'm not feeling like making music, I won't force myself to do that. Yeah. The creating side. But there's also like the work side of a song, which is mixing down, tightening things up, and like mastering. And so there's that kind of side of, okay, when I'm not that creative, I'll just force myself to master this track, because it doesn't take any creativity to really master. It's more so you're just twisting shit until it sounds right.
And playing around, yeah.
You don't have to come up with new ideas about, you know, like a melody or something like that. So yeah, my whole thing is just, I mean, you do have to force yourself, but my whole thing is just like, if it's getting to a point where I'm not getting anywhere, then it's like, all right, I'm just going to work on something else. Yep. Go for a run, just do anything. Just get your mind off it and then come back to it later. And then that's just always been the approach I've taken.
I got a producer question for you. Sure. What's your top 3 plugins? Do you have some go-tos when you know, at different parts?
Nexus, Length, and Nexus Length. What am I using these days? Nexus Length, and I'd say Serum. Yeah,
God, man, Serum's so good.
It's good.
And look, shout out Willow. I gotta ask this one because he really told me to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do you get your kick sounding so fat and just fucking killer? Like so just. That's what he said to me. He's like, how does he get it so fucking good? It bangs like. I know you don't want to give too many secrets.
No, I don't care. I've got no secrets.
You know what I mean?
My thing is, it's like, just keep tweaking it until it sounds like that. I don't go in the studio and just go, I'm gonna make this kick like this, right? It's like, no, I'm just sitting there for 10 hours, literally going, what if I do this? What if I boost that? What if I add this on top of that? And it's like, sometimes it's 3 sounds that make up the kick that I have in one of my tracks. So it's never like...
There you go. Sometimes it's 3 sounds.
3 sounds, whatever it takes, honestly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes. I don't go in with there's no formula for a perfect slapping kick. I mean, maybe there is, I don't know it. I just go off, this is what I kind of want to do right now for this track. And each kick isn't, every kick suits a different type of track. So it changes. There's no like, this is exactly how it is every single time. I've had tracks where I put the same kick in the other track and it's like, well, this sounds like dog shit because it doesn't suit what else is around it. So my whole thing is just experiment for hours, literally just sit there tweaking shit until it sounds good.
Yeah.
Because 1, you're learning. 2, you're coming up with shit that no one's done before because you're creating something else. You're combining 2 sounds that no one's combined before. And that's how I get a lot of my unique shit because no one's done it.
Yeah.
And it's truly just experimental. If you've got the patience to just sit there for hours and just sit there.
That was the key word, man. I feel like in this whole industry, the key word, what you just said there, is patience. In music and if you're playing in the game, whether it's waiting for labels, whether it's, finding that person time, patience is the key. Having patience when you're creating, having patience to know that it's going to come back. Patience to know that when you've waited 6 months for this track to come out, and we've always said it's that weird feeling, but fuck man, it's going to be satisfying when you're hitting top 10s and number 1 and like that's that recognition that you're like, do you just feel that recognition of like, fuck man, this is what I should be doing, and like
this
it just gives you the drive?
Because I don't like to, as much as I love the number 1s, I've had a few. I don't like getting high off my own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, because when it doesn't go well, then what am I going to do? Sit there depressed?
Yeah.
It's like, if you kind of keep yourself in check and keep yourself balanced, appreciate the moments when it does go well, but then also appreciate the times when it doesn't go well because you've learnt what a lot of people don't like. And then for the next one, you can go, okay, well, they didn't like that. There must be something in that they didn't like. So I've got to maybe change something about, what I usually do in tracks and try a different thing. And that one extra change that didn't work for that song, that one change could be the thing that makes your next song a number 1. So it's just about learning and appreciating the good and the bad. I've gotten so disappointed with tracks before when they don't do well, and it's like, why? What else? Who cares?
Yeah.
Just enjoy the process of making the track, and if no one likes it, then who cares?
Yeah.
Just move on.
That. And I got to touch on as well, like, because you do have distinctive sounds within your music. I hear it. And I know that the super fans and fans will really hear it, How important is that to you? To keep that, and I just wanted to touch on this, man, because I feel that, like, even me, like, you can get so caught up in, like, what's popping right now, what's trending, and, like, subconsciously, sometimes you don't even mean to be doing it, bro. Do you know what I mean? But when you're listening to so many things, and you got to listen for it to inspire you and to reference off. But, where is it at that point when you're creating, do you kind of need to say like, nah, this isn't feeling like me? Like,
yeah, that's a good question, man. I don't know.
You might not ever have that, you know?
I've definitely, yeah, I think every single producer is guilty of doing something that someone else has already done.
Yeah.
And going, okay, that sounds too much like that, or that's, whatever, right?
But I guess as well, what pisses me off about music is that, like, dude, even with hip hop and things like that, like, this shit was ripped off. Like, hip hop was based off ripping off other music. That's how it established. They only had record players and, do you know what I mean? Music in general, like, it is.
That's part of it.
Yeah,
that's part of the culture.
It shouldn't be owned to a point.
Stealing.
You know what I mean?
Stealing music is part of hip hop.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the essence of hip hop.
Yes.
Taking something, fucking with it, and making it cool.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do. But not as cool as those guys. But like, I'll take samples or take old melodies from tracks and work that into my tracks. Recently, the past 3 or 4 years, I haven't really done much of that. But that was something that we actually learned while studying music. Was one of the projects was to make a song completely made out of other tracks. It's taking claps, taking kicks, taking melodies, taking vocals, and just make a song out of 10 other songs.
Yeah.
And that teaches you to like sample and the power of sampling and getting creative with that, because, every single song I've put out, I've stolen something from another song. Yeah,
I think everyone has, man.
Unless you are the original person who's made a kick from a kick drum, run it through a whole bunch of amps, put a whole bunch of compressors on it, and then say that's my kick from that drum kit. It's like, or like the synthesizer or whatever. It's like most people steal sounds. And it's not necessarily stealing, because there's a whole bunch of sites that have it. They're called royalty-free samples.
Yeah.
So they're allowing you to use these sounds that have been made. But there's been times where I've just ripped like sounds from other tracks.
Yeah, I love that, bro. No, I just love that you're honest. You could just be fucking straight out. You know what I mean?
But everyone does.
Man. Yeah, exactly. That is the game.
As long as you're not just ripping the exact melody and just saying I did that. It's like you need to fuck with it a bit to the point where it sounds like you're not just ripping it straight off. Because then I think that's just a weak move.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
Unless, hold on, wait, I just want to say this.
Say it.
Unless you're sampling a sample from like Michael Jackson, say, it's obvious that you're going to use that and get the clearance from label to use that. But if you're stealing it and not actually, getting clearance, you better mess with it enough for it to sound different to the original sound. That's what I want to say. Because
they will find it, man. They will rip it.
Yeah, and also you just get creative. Yeah. Don't be that lazy, Just get creative with it, and yeah.
So man, you gotta like, fuck, bro. We haven't even touched with working with Timmy and like, look. There's too much to go through. I just want to be like, top 3 favorite studio experiences.
Top 3 favorite studio experiences.
Can be with other artists, can be with yourself, just like...
Okay, top 3, the most fun would have to be me and Krunk in Miami. The same night, we made Hey Ho and 3%. And so pretty much what that was we were in Miami and we're in the hotel room. We're going to go out. I think DJ Khaled was playing at Live or something like that. And the lineup was crazy and it was like, I don't know what it was to get in. But we were just like, fuck that. So we had a few drinks, went back up to the room. And we're just like,
that bar in the lobby is fucking insane, amazing. By the way, bro.
Best.
I went there and I met Slim Thug, like one of my favorite rappers, bro. I went to Miami, bro, and we went to Live, and same thing, absolutely. But unless you are like someone like Khaled, and when I was there, Bosch, Wade, LeBron James, that was Miami. They were all in the club. Lil Wayne, it was Lil Wayne's birthday. And
no one cares about 2 dudes, right?
Yeah, no way. But I'm like, that's where you meet. Like, I just wanted to say that because that is. When you're in that
It's
opportunity,
crazy.
there's no way I would have met.
Yeah.
And I walked out of there going like, bro, I don't care. We walked in the streets like, yeah, Slim Thug, Killer. Like,
yeah,
I mean, one of my
because this
favorite
stuff doesn't
artists.
happen here, man.
Yeah.
We're from Adelaide. Like,
Yeah, that's right.
we are so like we don't get those moments here.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing when you're in the States and you know, because it's happening every single night in places like Miami and things like that. Like
Yeah.
there's a 2 Chainz concert at freaking.
But that's like,
You know,
that's
and
like a
Nicki Minaj
normal,
concert.
that's like a Thursday night for them.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry to cut you. I just had to
No.
throw that in there. Amazing
Great
bar in the
hotel.
lobby. Yeah.
Amazing lobby.
Shout out, Liv.
Shout out to the lobby at Liv. Yeah, so we went back up to the room. I had a few drinks and just wrote melodies. Within the first 20 minutes, it was Hey Ho. And then the next melody was 3%. And those originally were in the same track. And I told Krunk, I said, man, these are 2 good ideas. We should probably split these up. And he agreed, and we just worked on making 2 of those different tracks. And I don't know, there was something about that night that was like, they're not expected, like, this is what we're coming to do, we're going to make these tracks and, you know, whatever. It was like, we're just hanging out in the studio, in the hotel room, which felt like, it was just like a mobile studio. We just had a laptop, a shitty Bluetooth speaker, and a little MIDI keyboard like this. And it was just doing the dun, 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 dun. And that was all we had. And that was fine because that was like, holy shit, we've just made 2 melodies that we can use for 2 tracks, which we put out for free and ended up being #1 on the iTunes charts, which is crazy. So that experience,
And still gets played. Like it's such a good song.
it was crazy.
And Hey Ho is like it is an anthem song, man. It's an interactive. That's the one thing that I loved about that track. I had a buddy in that even for an MC to perform it with you, and when we have performed it on stage in places, the reaction that you've gotten all over the world.
That happened because we were in America. So we went on a trip and we went to Vegas, LA, New York, and Miami, right? Every single club we went to, at one point in the night, the crowd was doing the Hey Ho thing. Excuse me. And then, so me and Krunk were like, hold on, why don't we put that in the song? And so that became the breakdown for Hey Ho, which was, it's pretty simple, nothing like complex about it. It's just, we had the hook, which was the dun, 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 and then we broke it down, and then the Hey Ho chant thing happens, and then go into a drop, and that was that. We put that out as a free download, not expecting anything, and the track really like got a vibe. We ended up releasing it officially through Bomb Squad. That went #1 in Belgium, went #1 on the iTunes charts, on Beatport, and that was a free download at the start. So that was just one of those tracks that just
that's
it just worked out.
Music,
and I still remember that night so well. It's like, we're not here to like, you know, sit down and make this big track. It's just it just happens so naturally and organically. I think that's definitely one of the best moments of like a studio moment of like that, like you asking. But yeah. So that was one of them. Dior, which we touched on, that was insane. Again,
cooking in the kitchen, making fucking. I fucking love this song. When did that like? It just that I fucking love this song.
Yeah.
Like, how did that come?
He came up with it.
Okay, right.
He came up with it, and he was just because he's like, I don't know if you know like a lot about the Dior tracks, but he's in a lot of his own tracks. He just says shit on his iPhone, puts on the computer, and just, you know, everybody jump or whatever he says, and edits that and makes that the pre-drop like vocal shout. Yeah. And so with Efren's song, he just pretty much showed me what he recorded, and I was like, all right, that's catchy, let's just roll with that.
Yeah, killer.
Had that, and then just build drums on top of that, and then so that was epic.
Top 2. So what's your last, like? Well, you know, I know you got more, but to
the
narrow it
third
down.
best experience would be Timmy.
It's the trumpet.
Al Pacino. Yeah.
Yes.
That to me was like an epic experience, and he is so talented. He's such a like talented musician. I don't think people realize this about him, but he's like, he was playing jazz. He was in a jazz band since he was like 7 or some shit, And obviously you know him for playing the trumpet around Australia and around the world. But
yeah, and one of the first to kind of incorporate an instrument into a full live DJ set, and like, Jesus, man. Shout out Timmy, man, motherfucker, from doing an underage with him to
we were doing
his all the way. Yeah,
I played the track
when he was young, bro. Like
I played the track at HQ, and he played after me. And my last track was this idea for Kashmir, and he loved the idea, so he started jamming on the trumpet while I was playing the track. I was like, shit, that sounds good, right? So then after, he was like, dude, what was that track, this and that? And I just said, this is a new idea I've got for Kashmir. I don't think he wants it, but maybe we can do something with it. Fast forward to us in Sydney for 2 days, just jamming out Al Pacino, and we just had a blast. It was epic. It was awesome. So I'd say those are the top 3.
Man, good fucking times. Good times.
Yeah, man.
I'm just sorry. I like, because I'm thinking about Tune, and I want you to fucking talk more about him, because I do feel that like producers, they get shit on a little bit and for their musicality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like people assume that they're just like this, you don't know anything about music, you just press fucking buttons and things like that. And dude,
there's a lot of people, sorry.
No, you cut in.
There's a lot of people who don't understand what goes behind the scenes, right? Putting out a track is, it can be easy, but it's like producing music is a full-time job. It's like it's a thing that you have to actually, learn. It's a career on its own.
Yeah, so and to want to be successful, to be a successful producer.
Yeah, of course. And that's, also subjective. It's like, well, as art is, it's like, what is a good song? Some people like it, some people don't, who cares? As long as you like it and you're true to yourself, then I think that's the best thing, right? And if you're not, and you're putting out hits, then good on you too.
Yeah.
Who cares?
If you want the money and you got the setup, good on you, bro.
If people like the songs, who cares, honestly?
Yeah.
If it makes the world a better place, I'm all for it, right? Timmy that's why I wanted to get out, is that he's so talented and he's a great musician, and I don't think a lot of people see that. And they get mixed up with like a lot of the tracks that come out, or just not seeing him in the studio actually working. But this guy works, man. He's a hard worker, and DJing itself is a full-time job. So when you can produce and DJ and be that kind of performer, I'd like hats off to him, man.
Yeah, shout out the homie Timmy.
Crazy.
Man, it's been a fucking minute.
But like, for producers, it's a full-time job, and you just gotta, just put 100% in, and don't be so quick to just be like, no, that's shit, I'm not working on it. It's like, just give it some time, experiment. Like, take your time with it. Just get it right. Because I tell you right now, if I gave up on all the tracks that I would have been like, nah, it's nothing, then I would have hardly anything out.
Yeah.
You got to stick to stuff, and like, if it's really that shit, you don't like it, fair enough, don't work on it, but give it a chance. So. All
right, now, before I really want to kick off this segment that we've got at Laidback TV, it's called Mario Kart Time Trials. So what we want to kick off in a minute is we're going to get Krunk behind the Mario Kart Nintendo 64. We're kicking it back to the 90s right here. Shout out to my boy Miles. And yeah, what we're going to do is essentially we have this fresh whiteboard.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Laidback fucking whiteboard, and it's going to have time trials.
Mm-hmm.
We did jag off another show, but fuck him, all right? And so what we're going to do is, Chris, I'm going to give you look, should we give him a practice run?
No, let's just do it.
You sure? I'll give you want one practice run and then the official time trial?
Wait, how many laps do I do?
Is it 3 laps?
3 laps.
Fuck it, we're going straight into it then. That's it, Chris.
Is this for best lap though?
Yeah, this is best lap time.
So I got 3 chances.
You got 3 times, yeah.
Okay, cool.
3 chances to get best lap time, alright?
Let's do it.
Would you like to write your name, sir? I'll let you do the honours. We're going to write Krunk. I'm gonna set this up, alright? Okay, sir. No pressure. I just want to ask, please tell the people, when's the last time you played Nintendo 64? Have you ever played Nintendo 64?
Yeah, I used to play with my next door neighbor like every day after school. I haven't played this for years, man.
Right, you have now just entered the Laidback TV Nintendo 64 zone. So, Krunk is now about to start his first time trial on the Luigi track.
Yep, down.
Yeah.
There you go.
Begin?
Begin, yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Select your play. Let's go.
Alright, so you're Mario.
What color?
First one.
This one?
Yep, top one.
Okay.
Okay. Still with this?
No, or the joystick.
Okay.
Joystick, right?
Yep.
So you can tell I haven't played for a fucking while. And you see, in the time trial, you got 3 mushrooms. So 3 mushrooms give you the extra boost.
What button do I press? Mushrooms?
Trigger at the bottom.
This one?
This one here.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah. So you've only got 2 of those left. You only have 3 in your time trial.
Let's do it.
So right now we've got Krunk at 25 seconds, heading into 30.
Look at that apex right there. It's good.
Are you a drifter? Oh, he did the jump.
Put a few handbrakes in the camera, you know that.
Oh man. I tell you what, I've never seen someone park so well in the fucking integrity than you have. You drifted that parking, remember? Between those 2 cars. Fuck, that was back in the day. So have you always been a Mario Kart guy? Mario?
Nintendo, I used to thrash this, man. Every
Nintendo
day.
64 or like Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
Were you a Game Boy dude as well?
Yep. Pokemon, for sure.
Dude, what was your favourite Pokemon?
I was like Pikachu, Charmander.
Alright. Gotta love Charmander. Oh, Chris, you're actually doing pretty good, man. We're at 118 second lap. We're gonna see who else can fucking beat you. The first one to get to be put on the board. Oh, he's hit the sand. He's hit the sand. Keep it together, Chris.
It's been a while. Pretty rusty.
How's it feel playing it again, man?
I mean,
Kicking back some memories or what?
I don't think I've ever done time trial.
Really?
Yeah. But
Well, you're actually doing fucking pretty good for time trial, man. Can you get under 2 minutes? Oh, pushing it.
I don't think so. What's the best time you got so far?
Mate, you're the first. So you're setting the pedestal.
Okay. I've used up all my mushrooms.
See, so this is a lesson for the next person who's playing this. Don't use all your mushrooms in the first fucking lap. The last turn, man, the last turn. Chris, you're actually not that bad. I thought you'd be a lot worse.
It's pretty basic, but this is for like, what, 6-year-olds? Okay, so how did I do?
So your best time was 49:29. That's your best time.
Okay.
Sorry for my best lap times.
That was mad.
Should we let him do a Grand Prix? I reckon you want to do a Grand Prix.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see what you come in the Grand Prix. Fuck it, I'm just switching it all up. So we got you down for best lap time. Now I want you, if you go back.
What do you press? What's like start?
Start. The red one.
Oh,
Right, so if you just go quit. I really want it because this is actually so much fun. Go to Mario GP. So click one player.
Yep.
Mario up.
Yep.
Mario, go 150cc.
Yep.
And yeah, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna go best lap time, and then I want to see where you end up on the overall tally score.
Do more competition on this one.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go Flower Cup.
Okay.
pick the flower cup. Can you beat Peach, Chris?
Fuck out of here.
See, this is sick because you can actually see like your 8th, 5th. Oh man, they're knocking people. And you're going to get, remember, you're going to hit the boxes. Oh yeah, the red shell's awesome. The red shell is the direct hit. Yeah, and then the green ones you gotta be careful, man, because they just bounce all over the fucking place, and you can take yourself out. Yeah.
So it's fucking bananas, I tell you.
Oh man, the bananas are bitches. But they're healthy, potassium, right? Krunk is currently in 3rd. Donkey Kong's about right on his ass. Oh shit! Dude, I don't remember this course with the cars in it.
It's not bad, eh?
Dude, this is wild. You're in 2nd place.
Oh shit.
Heading for Bulbasaur. Oh!
There it is. I knew it.
Bloody banana.
It's fucking bananas. Alright, that was that's fine. You get that. Get one of these bad boys.
Dude, it's been so long since I've seen the game that I don't remember the course.
Yeah.
Oh, you got 3 mushrooms, bro. Oh!
This is terrible. Oh my god. Wow.
No pressure, no pressure.
Sorry for all the viewers out there. I apologize.
You got this, you're in 1. 2nd lap down. It ain't over until the fat lady sings, Chris. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Is that fucking
Oh yeah, that fucks everyone else up, man. You have a lot of time to catch up now.
Alright, let's do it.
Look how many people just dropped. Yeah, get that. Oh, my bad. That was a fucking faulty.
Fuck.
Yeah, I fucked you there, Chris. Sorry. No. That's when don't listen to your friends.
Alright, get rid of these bad boys. Am I last?
You are last, yes.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
Cool.
But if you start using those bad boys, you won't be. But the good thing about the GP is that you've got 3, I think it's 3 lap?
Yep. 4?
4 lap races you gotta do. So
Cool.
you can totally redeem yourself.
I think I'm getting the hang of it, but who knows?
How's it feeling using the old school controller?
Yeah, good man.
Oh, the star, yeah, press that. Dude, that means you're untouchable right now. Hit people. Yeah! Final lap, bro. Oh, what a comeback. Chris is in 3rd position now. Just gotta watch out for the cars.
I'm in 1st?
Oh, yeah, you're in 3rd.
Oh, fair.
And you've got a good shell, so as soon as you come up to someone close, just shoot that motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
Oh. I've never seen that happen before, but I'd like to think. I haven't, yeah. Maybe you just shouldn't listen to me. I have fucking no idea right now. Oh, dude!
Jesus, that bloody lost. Wow, I see that coming.
You're right there. Go. Yes! Oh my god, bro! Yes! Oh, do you gotta shoot it soon? Oh, spewing. I don't know why that went.
That's cool, I got more.
Fuck you, Peach. Oh, yeah, you gotta fuck her off before the end of the lap. Oh, shoot it! Oh! Oh!
Right.
You shot her over the line, but you know what? That came 3rd. What was your best lap there, Chris?
109.
That's actually not bad. So your best lap was your 3rd lap, your last
That's not
lap.
bad, Bush. I'm pretty sure it's right.
Look, bro, you know what? You're the first. I can't judge you because, like, you're the first, and I guarantee you're not going to be the
I
last.
think I'm getting the hang of it. I think. It's been a while.
To be honest, this is just so much fun to watch. Like, it's
Oh, shit. Fuck S01. Okay.
time to get the snow in. Man, the star is my favorite. Because you just fuck up and you still all good, yeah.
You know what's happening Sunday?
I think so, yep.
Oh, that's nice.
Did you ever have like a favourite course or was there like a favourite Nintendo game that you
I actually
had?
can't remember a lot of the courses.
Were you like a big Zelda fan, man? Like, did you like Zelda or anything
not
like
really, man. I used to play a lot of Super Mario Party.
that? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. Shit.
So, what was your first console, bro?
PlayStation 1. That was
Tell me you used to
Gran
play
Turismo.
Driver.
Driver, Gran Turismo.
Man, in third again, this is a good spot, Chris. Playing between fourth and Toad. Nah, Toad got the fucking banana. Fuck you, Toad. Oh, Donkey Kong's about to get fucked up, Chris.
I think I'm about to get
Oh, shit. It's one of those things when you fuck people up, you always know they're going to fuck you up back, so...
Can I use these anywhere?
Yeah, anyway, bro. And final lap. In third place, Chris.
How are they so far ahead? Am I just really shit? Or is this just...
Nah, just, well, Prince is always a gun, man. Jeez, you just like slaughtered them, bro. There you are, there you are.
Here we go.
Not far, not
Here we
far. Oh, please tell me you get something good. Yo, dude, shoot them motherfuckers down.
Oh,
Oh, my goddamn self.
awesome, awesome.
But this is the joy about it, bro. He doesn't give a fuck if you come first. Like, it's just about
We're gonna
getting
be
back in
into,
touch
we're gonna be
with
into
old
1
games.
a.m. I'm just gonna get so competitive.
I'm fucking winning. I'm not leaving. Dude, you still got one.
When should I use it?
Right, the stretch. Oh, come down, now. Yes. Yes.
Fourth, though? You get excited over fourth, or?
Well, I'm just glad that you hit him before and you didn't knock him over the line again.
Yeah.
But third, fourth, look, I'm not saying you're doing great, but
Definitely not.
I don't really want to step up to the plate.
Okay, so 2 more?
Yeah, 2 more to go, bro.
Yeah.
Because this is the great thing. So what we're doing is your best lap time, so what you created on the best lap time,
Yep.
and then your best score, so where you came in the overall Grand Prix.
Cool.
Because you get points. When it's fourth, I think you get points. After fifth, you don't get any points. So Chris, I'm just going to throw a couple questions out here for you.
Yep.
Just while you're playing. What's some of your favourite foods?
Gotta go with the pasta, pizza, steak. Love a good steak.
Is there any spots you recommend, bro?
For pasta, pizza, I'd say Tony Tomatoes, Ruby Red Flamingo. That's amazing.
Oh!
Damn.
Oh, you're on the next shit. I didn't even know this.
The best.
What?
Where am I going here?
I have no idea.
Does it just magically take you on track, or? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
of course. It's a fucking question. That's what.
Oh, yeah, I better just shut the fuck up. I deliberately sabotage you.
What do you like to eat?
You're like, I start thinking about food and
What's
shit.
your favorite food, bro?
Look,
What's your favorite song?
my favorite song?
Yeah.
I'm having this discussion today, Chris. Fuck. I have to say, I'd say my favorite song only because it's one of the songs that like got me really in love with the music, and like one that I just remember. Like my mum bought me the album, Nelly's album, Country Grammar.
Oh yeah.
So like E01.
That was the
Now,
shit.
if you want to go and take a
Yeah,
Ride With Me, that Ride With Me by Nelly it has to be probably my favorite.
Yeah.
But it's really hard, man. It's, you know, because I always break it down like what's my favorite dance song, what's my favorite hip hop song,
Yep.
R&B song.
Favorite dance song? What would you say? I won't get offended if it's that one.
Shit, Chris. Favorite.
All time, like, come on. It's impossible for me to answer that because I have too many favorites. But
Oh man, for me, like, look, it sounds probably fucking cliche, but like, I have to, you know what? Party Till We Die.
Party Till We Die.
Yeah, like,
Timmy.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I have to say it's one of my favorite dance songs, and the reason why I'm gonna say that's one, I gotta say out like my best mate Stamati, I gotta say his favorite is Don't You Worry Child.
Yep.
Now, like, I would generally say Sandstorm Daru, because like, but I just feel like that is such a given. I can't believe you got fucking fourth, by the way. Like, wow, come back.
Not bad.
Because you were fucking 8 and you were reversed, so I was worried there. I thought, fuck, this cunt's got no chance.
Not bad.
But anyway, yeah, I feel like Sandstorm's a given. I have to say, the reason why I pick songs is not just because of the song, it's because of the experiences I had with the song.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And for me, when, you know, the most fun parts of playing on the big stages and things, it didn't matter what time of the night you played Party Till We Die. It has an own aura to it. It has its own vibe, man. You know, it's one song that every DJ would want to fight to play. I personally feel, coming from the MC background.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're asking me on that aspect, that's why my reason behind it.
Yep.
I know there's going to be a lot of people that are you fucking serious.
No, man.
But like,
you get to choose.
I love
You get to
fucking,
choose.
yeah, I love that. You know, because the thing is with me, I feel that I like to put music in, so I like to pick genre and then categorized by the years. Do you know what I mean? So if it's kind of like, all right, what's your favorite song in the 80s hip hop scene? What's your favorite, you know, I guess I'm being too pedantic, but that's because I fucking love music so much that it's so hard to pick one song.
It is, man. It's
yeah.
an impossible question.
But what's one of your favorites?
Children, Robert Miles. Awesome track. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there's too many. There's just too many. I don't even think because I know I'll fuck up. Avicii. Oh, man, I don't know.
Too many favorites. Get it, like fucking sexy.
Too many favorites.
Is a huge one.
Too many like hip hop favorites, too many dance favorites, too many just overall. I don't know.
What's one of your things you do in your downtime? Like what are you a big comedy dude, or are you mainly an action dude? Like movie wise, I'm talking about. So when you're not producing.
Yeah, man. Massive on comedy. Bill Burr. Who else? Andrew Schultz. Andrew Santino. I don't know, man. I'm following a whole bunch of comics at the moment. I'm really into comedy.
So you like
Joe Rogan,
you like the stand up?
All those guys, Joey Diaz. Yeah, man, love it. So I'm trying to.
I know I'm starting to focus on here as well, bro. I'm like.
Want to win, goddamn? Six face. See what happens when you ask me this shit?
I'm sorry, man. I kind of look. To be fair, I'll ask questions of the other guests to fuck them up too, right? Like,
I guess that's
it's
fine.
all a part of the nature,
That's fine,
man. You know, I want you to fuck up.
That's it, right?
Oh shit!
Nah, you got to come above fourth to get your final total.
Oh shit.
So you got to, like that last
I
race,
didn't
you
even
got to do
qualify.
again. No,
Oh,
only the
it's a
last
retry?
race though.
Okay, retry. Jeez, Krunk is in the zone, getting a second chance.
Because I fucking failed.
Yeah, you need to get fucking first to get a good score, motherfucker.
Damn, okay. Good great start. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, all those guys, man.
Oh, dude, Dave Chappelle.
Here we go.
What's
Have you seen the trailer for the new Batman?
Oh, dude, yeah, I just saw that in the group chat. Hey,
Smack.
oh my god, man! If anyone has not seen the fucking trailer of Batman, go do yourself a favor. Because fuck, it's insane, dude. That part where it goes silent and like beats the
Epic.
that. I was like, whoa. Like,
I
this
stopped the
shit is
trailer
gonna
halfway
get
through. I
real.
didn't want to watch it. I was like, no, I don't want to see anything. I'm too excited about it.
Oh man, it looks really good. And you get worried, man, because I feel like a lot of the, through the years, they kind of put everything in the fucking trailer, and then when it comes to the movie, it kind of like flops. But
Yeah, I was
not
reading
with
about
Batman,
it. They've only shot about 25 or 30% of the movie.
and that's the Riddler, right? The Riddler's going to be in this
Penguin,
one.
yeah.
And Penguin, yeah, I thought so. Because I was like, that's not Joker, like it's
I think but I think they're teasing the Joker in it. Like,
they are,
I
right?
think they are. 'Cause I'm pretty sure those dudes were part of the Joker's like
I
crew.
thought so.
Or maybe I'm wrong. No. It looks like they are.
Because then always that Two-Face guy as well, that
Yeah.
he's going to be in it.
Yeah, at some point.
But man, did you hear that Suicide Squad 2 is going to be out next year?
Didn't love the first one.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the start was cool and the ending was just such a letdown.
Yeah.
And it kind of is like, where the fuck did it go? Like,
Yeah,
kinda
I
happened
know.
there.
I did like the whole Joker and Harley Quinn, like those
Yeah.
scenes. But everything else, I don't know. Isn't very
Yeah, I
good.
feel it. And then we've also got the next Fast and Furious going to drop as well next
How many
year.
fucking Fast and Furious are there?
Dude, yeah. How do you feel about that?
I just feel like once you start driving cars out of a fucking booth of a hotel, it's like, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
They're driving planes they're driving cars out of planes, man. Like, how much more can they possibly do?
Yeah, they took
What
down a
other
plane with
mission
cars.
is there? I don't know what more. Okay, so I can fit.
You know what mission?
So
you
it's
know
still
what
fucked up
mission
again?
now? Yes, yeah, the mission is to get a fucking score.
Woo! Alright.
Third time's the charm.
One more time. Gotta make it back home. Watch Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, fuck, I didn't realise the time. Shit. We just kind of got into it. Just stomach rumbling, bro.
Yeah, where are we going?
I know, what are you feeling? TVP is like awesome nowadays. Like for people that live in Adelaide right now, get down to TVP, they got very fast restaurants. Do you reckon Bangkok will like still be open, bro?
I should be there. I might have to book. But then again, being a Thursday.
Nah.
But it's late night film.
Hell yeah, late night. Fuck, I forgot.
Oh shit. Oh, you piece of shit. Yeah. Fucking. Sorry, can I stay on this show?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Fourth. Oh, I was having such a...
Oh, you got fourth. You got this, bro. Third place. Hold on. Oh no.
That's it. I'm done.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's the best I could do.
Oh yeah, you got fourth. You're good.
I made it?
Yeah.
So what now? What was my best time?
We're gonna see right now.
What do I press? Just keep going?
You were 6th. Yeah?
Yep.
Alright, so point. You came 6th with 6 points. I'm gonna put down Mario as well because I feel that is important.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm gonna be polite and just say, better luck next time.
Better luck next time. Okay, fuck. You know what? That was good fun. That was good.
Look,
we should play FIFA. See how we go.
Alright, let's not go there, okay? Look, just saying, Krunk is like fucking, he's pretty good at FIFA, alright? He kicks my ass because I suck. I do suck.
Oh, you're not bad, man.
I do suck. So I'm not, alright, let's not sugarcoat it, you know, alright? Everyone gives me shit because I suck, but it is what it is. Yeah, look. I reckon we should just leave it at that. Leave it there.
Yeah.
I really just want to give you. I want to say thank you. Thank you from the Laidback boys. Thank you on my behalf. You know, I definitely want to have you back on the show, Krunk. I feel like there's so much more that we just need to talk about, and so much more we can. But right now, man, I want to give you the floor. If there's anything that you want to say to anyone, if there's a final message, or this is your moment, just to take the floor and fucking, you know.
I guess all I gotta say is to anyone who's just producing, DJing, or anything, just just take a step back and realize why you're doing it, and just put in 110%. And that's all I gotta say in terms of motivational shit. That's just it. Just put in 110% and add me on Instagram because I need more followers. So.
my boy. Yeah, it's 3 sides. This is Laidback TV. Shout out to my boy Krunk. This is episode 1. Definitely got a lot more coming, and I'm super excited. I just want to say from my end, I know it's crazy times at the moment with everyone. You know, I didn't want to touch on COVID and things like that too much because I really want to keep that away. You know, everyone's dealing with it in their own way. You know, my prayers and thoughts are with everyone. And, you know, things will get better. We just need to stick together. And, yeah, so this is my thing with my homies. And I'm 3 sides. I'm just fucking so happy and grateful that I have this opportunity to host a show and to have people like yourself and other artists and just anyone who's motivated and anyone that has that drive and that entrepreneurship. And, you know, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. We fucking out of here. Woo! Yeah. Are we okay? Are we good? Is it all right?
I got to piss so bad.
I never know. Shit, I'm sorry. We went on for so much.